Hey everybody, welcome back. Steven here, Northwest Small Batch Brewing. If it sounds like I'm talking fast, it is because I need to get through this quickly because there is a lot happening in this beer, and this video will go on forever if I don't try to rush through it. So, without further ado, I am brewing up it's either a raspberry or a blackberry chocolate stout. I don't remember what I bought. I think it's blackberries, to be honest, so I think it's a blackberry chocolate stout. We'll find out. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to go through all of it with you like right now because we'll get to that when we get to that. So to start with, I'm going to jump right in and go over the grain with you real quick that's going into this one. So actually, I can tell you the stats real quick first. So it's expected 1061 original gravity, expected final gravity 1011, which means that it would hit around 6.5% ABV. Okay. Let's move on. First grain, the base malt I'm going to use is going to be 2-row. I get Great Western, but any 2-row will do. 38% of your grain bill, 2-row. Second grain I'm going to use, and these are all adjuncts now, it's going to be starting with chocolate wheat. I found from Lady Fermenter that chocolate wheat gives a lot more chocolate flavor somehow than just the standard wheat or chocolate malt. So I'm going to use about 3.5% or so of chocolate wheat, followed by roasted barley. This is going to give it that nice, almost burnt, stout flavor. Any roasted barley will do. This is 300 Lovabond, 5.6% of your grain bill is roasted barley. Next up is Crystal 60. I'm just using Great Western Crystal 60. So it's obviously 60 Lovabonds, and that's going to be about 4.5% of the grain bill. Next, I'm putting in white wheat. I'm pretty sure this is just Breeze, like American white wheat. 2.8% of the grain bill, white wheat, so not a whole lot. And then rounding it off is going to be a new one I've never used before, so it'll be interesting. From what I understand, this malt is used a lot in historical beers, coffee malt, or some people call it brown malt. 1.7% of your grain bill, it's around 150 Lovabond. So, beyond that, I'm going to throw in a couple of handfuls of rice hulls after I mill it up, of course. And I always throw in about 5% of oats for mouthfeel, not part of the regular recipe. So you can do that or not, but that's your choice. So I'm going to mill it all up, and then I'm going to toss in, like I said, the grain, the oats rather, and the rice hulls, and I'll be ready to start getting the water ready.
Coffee's ready if you have some. Breakfast should be finished soon. The paper.
Okay, quick update for you. A couple things went off the rail. Let me catch you up. So I set the mash water, heated it up to 147 degrees Fahrenheit. And I mashed in and used my handy dandy drill bit to quickly mash in, and that was good. All was well. And then I did my standard overnight mash. Let it sit overnight, wrapped it up, sealed it, came back this morning and realized, well, actually I realized yesterday, because after I mashed, of course I drained the main grain, and then I brought it up to a boil. Now, for some reason, I thought I'm just gonna put the hops in as a late addition because I do first wort hops usually, but I don't know where my brain was. But instead, I didn't put any hops in at all. So I boiled for the entire hour. No hops. Now, what was supposed to happen is I have about 1.6 ounces of 7 alpha acid Cascade hops for bittering. They didn't go in. I went and I put them in. I brought the wort down to about 170 Fahrenheit, put the hops in the hop spider, put them in there, and I thought, wait a second, what am I doing? These were supposed to go in for the whole hour for bittering. Anyway, I probably left them in for about half an hour at 170. I don't think I'm going to get much bittering from it. So, we'll see. Here's my plan. If the final beer is really sweet and malty, I will see if I can buy some, I may buy some hop oil to put in it. The only thing is, I don't have any on me. I guess I could order some. I should order some and then just taste the beer, because what I'm going to do is bottle like a bunch of it, a bunch of it, and I won't have really good idea of what it tastes like at that point. I don't want to can it. So I guess what I'll do is I'll buy some just to have it, and that way when the beer is ready to can, I can take a taste and decide, you know, is it too malty or not. That's my plan to fix it. Second not big deal that happened is I forgot to put a Campden tablet in. Not Campden, sorry. I'm all over the place this morning. Whirlfloc. I usually put a Whirlfloc tablet in about 10 minutes at the end of the boil. That's not a huge deal with this one. It's a stout. It's not going to be a big problem. So moving forward, there are two other things. One other thing I forgot to do, which was to add the lactose. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is add the lactose. I haven't put the yeast in yet, by the way. I'm chilling the wort down right now. I will go ahead and put the lactose in, and probably use my drill bit to really give it a good mixing. I'm using half a pound of lactose in this, and then I will pitch the yeast, which I'm just going to use the standard Lallemand high performance ale yeast. I've been using that instead of SO5 for quite a while. It's just been such a good yeast for me. It's very clean, so that's what I'm going to use for the yeast this time around. I'll be back in a few minutes here to show you what I'm going to do to prepare the cacao nibs, vanilla beans, and the berries. The blackberries are going to go in a couple weeks from now, so we'll talk about that when we get there.
For sun tomorrow. It looks like rain the whole day through. Morning left us both defeated. The mailman left another bill. The hallway closet's overflowing with all those shoes too big to fill. So what's that song you used to sing me? What's that dance we used to do? Is this house quiet or just empty? Do you hear this?
All right, so it is time to prepare the cacao because, listen, I've tried doing cacao in lots of different ways. I've heard that you're only supposed to put it in at the last, like, 4 days at the most, and that you shouldn't soak it in any kind of liquor because it can get bitter. But honestly, the best results that I've ever gotten from it is by soaking it in liquor and making like a tincture. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, the chocolate smell that comes off of this is so good. All right, so I really wanted 6 ounces of cacao. What I got was 4. I don't know if that's because that's what I ordered, probably, or what, but that's quite a bit, you know, considering this is only going to be a 3-gallon beer. That seems like quite a bit. Okay, That's weird. It says Cho cacao nibs. Yeah, I don't know why it's called that. This says the directions say add 3 to 4 ounces to secondary or keg for 2 weeks to 8 months. Wow. Okay. Well, 8 months seems like a long time, and I can see it getting very bitter. So here's the deal. I don't roast them. I don't toast them. I don't. I just put some bourbon in this case in them. Now, don't use your best favorite whiskey for this if you're going to do that. There's just no point. It's going to be chocolate flavored, by the time it's done. So anyway, what you kind of want to do is let it sit on the counter, and then every morning, every evening, give it a shake. And if you notice that it's starting to get dry or the liquid level's not there anymore, add some more whiskey, because it will sort of soak up some of that. At any rate, I'm going to set this aside, and I'll be back when it's time to add it to the beer.
Do you hear the silence as loud as I do?
Okay, the cacao is in, and now what I did is my plan was to use 3 vanilla beans, but I decided to use 4 because I have a whole bunch. So I split them in half, and then I sliced them in half to expose the vanilla bean on the inside. I did put them into a muslin bag and would put a weight in it because I just did not want that floating on the top. And the last thing I did was the 6 pounds of blackberries. Oh boy, that's a lot. It's a lot. So all of those got a weight put in them as well. It'll pull the bag kind of to the bottom, and that way the alcohol will keep mold or anything from growing on it. So now it's gonna be another week just sitting right around room temp, and then it will go into the kegerator to slow carb for a week. So I'll be back for the pour and the tasting, and we'll see how it goes.
1 week later.
All right, everybody, you're here. Welcome. You've made it to the end. So, Blackberry. I have raspberry written down because that's what I was going to do. Blackberry chocolate stout. You can see the head is going down quickly, but there was a nice, 2-finger head on it. I'm not getting any off flavors, although I do feel like, I think from the fruit that it would do some benefit if it aged for a little bit, a few months. Not bad. I mean, it looks good. It's dark, very sort of dark head on it too. I don't know. I'm getting some of the blackberry, but it's not like a huge blackberry smell to it. Not a lot of chocolate smell to it, to be honest with you, either. And recall I have the vanilla. Now the vanilla and the chocolate and the cacao are still in the keg with it. I did pull the blackberries out. They took up too much space, and they have a tendency that they can get mold growth. Even though I'm very careful with keeping the oxygen out, I just don't take a chance. So I pulled those. So let me give it a taste here. I also pumped it up to almost 20 psi. I want to get some really good carbonation going on this. I have it at 12 right now. I think if I pump it up, it's going to help with the head retention and give it more mouthfeel. All right. So we know it started at 1062. I don't know where it ended because I was going to take a reading and I realized, well, with the lactose, you have to take more than one reading at certain points to get the final gravity if you're using lactose, because you need to know how much difference the lactose made, and I didn't do that. So, and then you have the fruit that went in. So realistically, I don't know what this ended at. I do know I do know that it was originally supposed to be 6.5%. That doesn't take into account the fruit. And I'm looking at my list. I don't think that takes into account the lactose either, because I put that under other. So, yeah, I would say if I had to guess, this has got to be around 7%. It's very smooth. I don't really get chocolate flavor. I've had a lot of difficulty getting chocolate flavor from cacao nibs. I've almost given up on using them because I just never seem to get anything from them. And remember, I poured the cacao nibs and soaked them in whiskey and then poured the whole thing into the fermenter. So I'm really not getting any whiskey flavor either. But that's not a lot of whiskey compared to the amount of beer that I brewed. But it's disappointing that I'm not getting more chocolate. I was really hoping for a lot more chocolate. I'm not getting much vanilla. Not much vanilla. Even the raspberry, I keep saying raspberry because that's what it's written down. Even the blackberry, it's there on the finish, but it's not like, yeah, it's just like a smooth stout with a presence of maybe some berry flavor, but not a lot. So the good thing is, and I always consider this a win, no off flavors. I don't have any off flavors going on this, so that's good. I think it'll get better with age. I did can a few of them. I'm getting a little bit of chocolate on the finish way at the end here, so there's a little bit of chocolate flavor in there. I don't know. I just, it can be difficult from my experience to get good fruit flavor, chocolate flavor, and vanilla flavor when you're brewing at home. Maybe it just takes an enormous amount. But I mean, I put a lot of blackberries. I put a lot of blackberries in this. So I should have gotten a lot more blackberry flavor than I've got going. So it's not bad, but it was not like as flavorful as I was hoping it would be. At any rate, that's where I'm at. It's drinkable. I will get through it. It tastes good. It just isn't what I was really hoping for. So I'll be back in another week with another video. I have 2 more brews going at the moment, so they're on the way. Stay tuned. And until then, thanks for watching to the end. Salute.